Trucker Dump for October 30th, 2009, Episode 31. Is forced dispatch forced?
Welcome to Trucker Dump, where you'll get one driver's insights and sometimes humorous views of truck driving and the trucking industry, and pretty much anything else he feels like dumping on you. This podcast is brought to you by AboutTruckDriving.com. Resources to help you understand the world of truck driving through the use of stories and a pathetic attempt at humor.
Hey there, Todd McCann here. I'm recording this podcast a little over 2 years later than I actually wrote it. But boy, do I ever remember this weekend and the feeling that went along with it. And now I get to relive it. Yay. This one's called, Is Forced Dispatch Forced? Wow, that's a mouthful. I'm sitting in the driver's lounge of a truck shop right now. Last night, in 25-degree weather, our alternator belt broke. It not only powers the batteries, but since everything in our modern truck is electrical, it also powers nearly everything else, including the heater. So what does this have to do with forced dispatch? Hang on, I'm taking the construction detour to get around to it. Forced dispatch simply means that you can't reject a load that your company gives you. Since owner-operators can pick and choose their loads, this is usually only an issue for company drivers. The term forced is the thing most folks get caught up with. Now, I don't like to be forced to do anything. Most people don't. Perhaps the term should be changed to the phrase, strongly suggested if you want any good loads in the future, dispatch. Or how about, the planner is too freaking lazy to look for anything else, dispatch. Those are both pretty fitting. The thing with forced dispatch is that it's really not. At least it isn't if you got a good reason to refuse the load. And now we come to the part where I'm sitting in a shop's driver's lounge with a broken truck. Now, undoubtedly, my alternator belt would have broken at some point. But if I had utilized the exception rule on forced dispatch, I'd be close to home instead of freezing my nipples off in Longmont, Colorado right now. I had just delivered a load near Dallas, Texas when I received my next load information. This was Tuesday night, and the load was going to the Denver area to be delivered Wednesday night. Since we were due home in Missouri on Thursday night, I almost refused it. Instead, I got greedy. I saw that we could deliver on Wednesday night and still be home by Thursday night. Just one more load, right? The problem is that I accepted the load without thinking it through. On hindsight, I should have refused it and sat in Texas until they found something better. I was well on my way to Denver when one of my Twitter friends shot me a tweet that told me he was heading to Austin, Texas, and he hoped I enjoyed the Denver blizzard. The what? As they say on the iPhone commercials, there's an app for that. The Weather Channel app confirmed it, up to 12 inches of snow. Great. Had I known that in advance, I would have had grounds to refuse that forced dispatch. I could have simply stated that I might get stuck in the storm, which might cause me to get home late. I had the company look for another driver who might want to switch loads, but I knew it was useless. What kind of idiot would want to drive right back into the blizzard that he had just escaped? My dispatcher asked if I wanted to put off my home time until the next week, but that really wasn't an option. Under normal circumstances, that might work, but not this particular weekend. You see, we'd been planning a decked-out Halloween weekend for our nephews, and we really needed to be home by Thursday night to prepare for it. Our costumes had been bought way back in August. On top of that, the evil overlord had scheduled a few appointments on Friday, and I had a doctor's appointment on Monday. Doctor's appointments are yet another good reason to refuse forced dispatches. Yet I didn't. So basically, I blew it worse than a kid with a kazoo. And all this because I thought I could fit in one more load. You know, it's true what the Bible says about greed. It sucks. Well, it doesn't say it in those exact words, but you get the drift, just as I do. All snowy 12 inches of them. Dang it.
Hey, yo, bud, where do you want this load of feedback?
Well, it looks like I only got one comment on my podcast about the salad bar psycho. So, why would I even bother to do a feedback section? Well, because it's significant. First, let's set it up. In order to do this, I'm going to have to read you the last line of the Salad Bar Psycho. It went, "I know one thing for sure. With all the weirdness that's been going on lately, I wouldn't be at all surprised if I woke up with my tongue stapled to my lip." My comment is from someone named the Evil Overlord. Yeah, that one. It simply reads, your tongue stapled to your lip. And all you people out there who don't believe she's evil, huh? See how you are? Anyway, well, like I said, that was short and sweet. Well, it was short anyway. Here's how to contact me. Gee, thanks for making me revisit that. By the way, we didn't make it home for Halloween, and yes, the nephews were extremely disappointed. This is when we truckers say, that's trucking. So, has your greed ever gotten you into a similar situation? Leave a comment on the blog by typing TD031 into the search bar at abouttruckdriving.com. You can also reach me at truckerdump@gmail.com or search for @ToddMcCann on Twitter. That's 2 D's, 2 C's, and 2 N's. Of course, iTunes reviews are always appreciated. If you're enjoying these little ditties, I'd appreciate you telling all your little internet friends. Thanks. Thanks for listening. So until next time, drive safe and stay out of my way.